We're here at Congaree National Park. Guys, I finally did it. I am here at Congaree National Park. I'm very excited about this one. This is one I've been wanting to go to for a long time, so it feels good to finally be here. One of the reasons I've been really excited about visiting this park, even though it's one of the least visited national parks, and it's kind of like a swamp, and a lot of people are just like, oh, I don't really want to do that, whatever. I just think it's beautiful. I think that swamps have their own beauty, they're really cool, and it could be really fun to go and explore. I specifically like cypress trees a lot. I think that those are unbelievably beautiful. So this will be a fun trip. Get to go do the boardwalk trail. I'm gonna go down closer. Hopefully see some alligators. It's gonna be fun. It's seriously so quiet in here because it's one of the least visited national parks. There's not very many people here. It's a Sunday and it's incredibly hot. Before I got out of the car, it said 91 degrees. So pretty hot. And we're gonna do 5 miles today. Then I'm gonna go grab my family, come back and do this boardwalk trail again. But 5 miles here on the boardwalk and on the ground, super flat. Way different than 5 miles in the mountain. Way different. So the plan for this trail, I'm going to be doing this little boardwalk loop. That's what it shows right here. But then I'm going to actually take it a little bit further. You can see that little dotted line right here. And go all the way around that way to be able to see more of on the ground action kind of stuff. So this is an elevated boardwalk and the other one's going to be on the ground. Nice little benches right here, right along the way if you just want to take a break. Now it's been pretty dry here, which is great because this park is actually really prone to flooding. It's something that happens a lot. In fact, one of the first questions I asked when I went to the visitor center was, are there any trails that are flooded right now? Because I also want to make sure that I can actually get through. And fortunately, it's been dry, so no flooding whatsoever right now, which is really good. And makes for a really great experience here in Congaree already. I absolutely love cypress trees. Got all the knees right there coming up. Those of you who aren't familiar with cypress trees, that's one of the coolest things about them is that the root system actually comes up out of the ground. They're mostly in like shallow water, and I'm assuming this place is probably flooded half the time, so there probably is water. The ground looks incredibly muddy, so that's definitely something that I can easily see be a thing. But knees are the root system coming out through. Look at them all. It's so cool. Just cypress tree knees as far as you can see. Alright, this is the spot right here. Heading off this way. Now on ground, off the boardwalk. So already one thing I noticed, off the boardwalk, already going deeper into the park, the flies are starting to pick up a lot more. There's one right there. And they're huge, nasty flies too. So there is an index when you walk in, and it'll tell you, it's the infamous mosquito meter, basically. And it'll tell you on a scale from, I can't remember if it was 6 or 7, but how bad the mosquitoes are. And right now it was at a 3, which is moderate, so not so bad. But I could see how if it went all the way up, the mosquitoes were absolutely crazy, that this would be a very interesting time in the park for sure. Speaking of insects that fly, this is also a place that has the synchronized fireflies, which we just saw in the Smokies. So if you're close to the area, that's something you want to see. Synchronized fireflies are amazing. It's so cool to be a part of. The mosquitoes aren't too bad, but I swear, the second I start filming, it's like they know this is the time to eat me. So they start flying all around me at that point. That's when they start really chomping down. Now, so far, I've only seen a little bit of water in one little swampy section. I know this whole thing is kind of a swamp. But anyways, I'm assuming there's probably a lot more water coming up, but right now I haven't seen it. That's a cool section right there, like a river area that goes through. You can see the cypress trees sticking out. Now Sarah and the girls didn't want to do this trail, so I'm hiking this whole thing solo. They wanted to have a picnic, so they're back there having a picnic right now, and I'm basically going to walk this whole thing, come back, get them. They did want to see the boardwalk, so we're gonna go do that again after, but total is a little over 5 miles. So I'm gonna be traveling 5 miles on this trail, and then going back around and doing the other hike, which is the boardwalk trail. It's like 2 miles. So overall, 7 miles a day in Congaree. Give you a real good feel for what the park looks like. So I'm now in a section where I'm close to a little river that goes through here. A little mucky and murky water. So maybe I'll start seeing an alligator soon. I'm not sure, but there's definitely water right there. It's seriously so quiet in here. Since I went off the boardwalk trail, I haven't seen a single person out here. So I might be the only one. It's just me, trees, and 10,000 of my new mosquito friends. That was one of them right there. It's pretty much just looked like this the whole way through. Just dirt ground, walking around the trees. Ooh, look at that vine. Because it's so dry, as you can see, this low-lying land right over here behind me kind of looks like this would be a swampy area. Probably usually covered in a lot of water, but nothing right now. So I'm assuming it's probably going to be hard to find any alligators today. There it is. Water right here. Speaking of water too, this is actually a popular spot for kayakers. You want to come out here, even when it's flooded, it doesn't really matter because you can just kayak it. I can see why that would be really fun and something I'd like to do someday. Not today, but something I'd like to do someday. Some of the trees in here are absolutely huge. Can't even see the top of that one. One thing I love about this park so far, driving in and walking through it, this greenery right here just looks like this. Amazing fresh greenery. Kind of enchanting actually. Has a little bit of that enchanted forest feel, but swap out forest for swamp. But really pretty right in this section for sure. There's been plenty of those sections as we've been hiking too. I can tell you this is going to be a real interesting video to edit because every scene you'll probably hear slapping because I'm trying to take care of the flies that are attacking me right now. And this is a moderate, so they say it shouldn't be too bad. But yeah, I haven't experienced flies like this in a long time. Peaceful flowing river. It's a much thicker part of the forest that I'm in right now. It's starting to get a little bit darker. I've also seen tons and tons of holes right off the side of the trail and in the trail itself that are probably for snakes. Haven't seen any yet, but fingers crossed, hopefully not. I still just can't get over all these cypress trees. The knees coming up through. It's so otherworldly. I just absolutely love it. So cool. This is my favorite section so far. Just look at all of these cypress tree knees. So cool. Look how still and calm this water is. I have to say, another thing about this park, the trails are really well maintained. I was expecting a place that floods a lot more, to have kind of difficult to tell paths and places where the water has dug out stuff, but here it's pretty obvious, and there's tons of trail markers and really easy to navigate. Tons of little bridges too, which are pretty cool. If you're anything like me and you like cypress trees, this park is a must, really. There's so many cool places where there's just the knees coming out of the water and they spiral and twist and have all kinds of weird formations that are just super cool. So definitely, if you like cypress trees, this is definitely a place for you. This is the most narrow part right here. It's almost like bamboo in here. Not quite, but kind of very similar. Almost looks like a graveyard of trees. Look at all these cypress trees. I'm going to keep saying it over and over on this video because it's still amazing. They are so cool to me. Weirdly enough, as I get closer to the end of this off the boardwalk trail that I'm going on, the mosquitoes have changed. They're not like these big honking giant ones. They're like the regular mosquitoes that you're kind of used to. So they're a little bit quieter, not as invasive, but still just as bitey. Swamps to me have this eerie invitingness, if that's even a word, to them. They just have this sense that everything in them is very dangerous, hostile, not welcoming to people, but yet there's beauty found in it. There's beauty found in the murky water. There's beauty found in the overgrowth and in the creatures that could kill us with one chomp. There's beauty in all of that. Not so much as mosquitoes, but there's beauty in everything else, and it's really fun to come here. I take that back about the small mosquitoes. The big ones are still around too. I don't know where they were a second ago, but here they are now, all over me. Now we're back on the boardwalk trail. Oh, there's a little turtle right down there. So this is right here, part of the body of water that I was just walking along down that way. The trail intersects. You come back around on this boardwalk, take a look at the water. Yeah, so that area is right there where I just walked out. That is the part of the boardwalk trail that I missed. You can come up over here. You can go look at the lake if you want to. Then go this way to finish off the loop, which is what I'm going to do. I don't know why the boardwalk area has so little amount of flies as opposed to what I just walked through, but the boardwalk is a nice reprieve from those pesky mosquitoes. Pretty cool that right off the boardwalk too. Get these palm frond bushes. There's probably a better name for it, but that's kind of what they are. They're little mini palm trees. I love this tree. How you can see the roots are just completely covered in moss. It's digging into the ground, growing up high. Just got word that my family has finished off lunch. I'm here on the boardwalk trail doing the loop, of course, like I've mentioned already before, and they are coming the opposite way to meet me so we could do this trail again, and then they can see it. And we're not gonna hit the other part of the trail, just the boardwalk part, but I'm excited to see them. Man, I love a good boardwalk trail. It just feels good to get outside, be elevated off the ground, everything's flat. I don't know what it is about it. It's just, there's something about a boardwalk trail. Always gets me. Always happy to be on one. Section up here is kind of interesting. Looks like it's a lot more open than anything else I've been through. I think that might be the visitor center actually. Ah, I see. This is the campground over here. But we're going this way to meet my family. Continue on this way. There is a path going down this way, I believe. Yeah, this is the Sims Trail going that way. But we're going this way to the visitor center. Massive ferns in this area. And look who it is. I found you guys. Hello. Oh, I love you.
Love you too. You're sweaty.
I am, aren't I?
Dad.
I'm in traveling through the swamp.
You're
Oh
sweaty.
gosh, Juby. Oh, that hurt so bad. You jumped on me.
Wait, if mine keeps going in, I call it I know you. I also like one that like. I also call ones that are
This is the infamous mosquito meter. We are now at moderate. So as I finish walking out this trail, finishing off the boardwalk loop, and also getting off of the boardwalk, going deeper into the park, I have to say, this is a pretty amazing park. I know that it is one of the least visited national parks, but it shouldn't be that way because this place is pretty cool. I could see a few reasons why people would be scared off from it. Yeah, obviously there are alligators and snakes and all kinds of creepy crawlies and stuff like that, but there's beauty in all of it. There's beauty in all of this swamp. There's beauty in all of this forest. Definitely a place I would suggest coming out for sure. So I hope this video inspires you to get outside and adventure in the moment. So get the most of best. Speaking of insects that fly, this is also a place. Get out of here.